Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on Simple Arsenal. My name is Warden. But to begin with, we're going to talk about the new guns, and then we'll move on to the custom ores and then the materials. And then I'll only talk about the recipes after I've talked about those things, because you need to understand how the ores work and how the materials are made so that you can craft your guns. And finally, we'll be talking about loading magazines at the very end, because it'll make a lot more sense once you know how you can craft the magazines. Alright guys, so without further ado, let's talk about the M4A1. Okay, so this gun has been requested by like so many people. I don't know what's so special about this specific variant of the M4, but here it is. I've added it into the game. And by the way, this model is not made by me. This model is made by Danny Bisnier on Planet Minecraft, so please go follow him. But without further ado, let's take a look at this gun. So it has quite a fast fire rate. It does a little less damage than the AKs, and that's a trade-off because it shoots a lot faster, it does less damage. Now some people have said that this gun maybe shoots a little too fast. Right now it's at the RPM of 960. If you guys think it should be lower, then please comment down below, and I'll change it accordingly. And also, one extra thing that I wanted to show you guys in case you guys didn't know, is that each gun actually can have different attributes. So for example, this HK417 is on full auto, while this one is on semi-auto, which means that you can actually have different types of the same gun. Now usually with other gun add-ons, what they'll use is they'll use a scoreboard, which is tied to you as the player, which means that in another add-on you change one of your guns to full auto, then all of your other guns of the same type would also be full auto. But in this add-on, you can actually have different guns with different attributes. So this one is full auto, while this one is semi-auto. Now before I go into custom crafting and ores, if you guys have any gun suggestions that you guys want me to add, please join our Discord server. The link is in the description below, and you can suggest guns that you guys want, and I'll think about adding them into the game. Now with custom ores, you can find two new ores with this update. They are going to be the aluminum ore and the titanium ore. The aluminum ore can be found anywhere in the world. They can be found in clumps of up to 6. But if you go to the jungle, savanna, lush caves, mangrove swamps, or the mesa biomes, then you can actually find aluminum in clumps of up to 10. And as for titanium, you can only find them below y equals 0. So it's similar to diamonds in that case. And they'll be in clumps of up to 3. But if you go to the extreme hills, desert, beach, and mesa biomes, then you can find clumps of up to 5. And just one thing to note, custom pickaxes and enchantments actually work on all of these ores. So here I have 5 pickaxes. I have a normal iron and a normal diamond pickaxe. And I have one with silk touch, efficiency, and fortune. So I have silk touch here. It drops the block, as you would expect. If I have efficiency, it mines much faster. And if I have fortune, then you would expect there to be more than 3, so I would have more than 7. Right, and yes, I got 10. So I got 6 from 3 ores, so clearly the fortune worked. As for the deep slate titanium ore, these enchantments work them. But as you can see, titanium is actually very hard to mine. So make sure you have efficiency on your pickaxe. And one side note, you cannot mine titanium ore with an iron pickaxe. So just make sure if you find one of these that you mine it with a diamond pickaxe. But you know, like you can clearly tell that you can't mine this because it is going so slowly. So with the custom materials, there are 2 types of materials. We have normal materials, and then we have alloys, which are metals. And each gun would require both a material and an alloy, or at least one, to craft. Now let's go over the materials first. So first up, we have the polished wood plate, and this is how you make them. You have 7 honeycomb, any wood in the middle, but it has to be wood, it can't be log, and then a brush at the bottom, and you can make 1 polished wooden plate. Now this material is a bit hard to craft because you need the new resin bricks and also a slime ball in the middle. And finally, we also have the Kevlar sheet, which is not used for any guns, but might be used for different things in the future, such as armor. But for now, this is unused, but you can still craft them. Then moving on to the alloys. First of all, we have aluminum ingot. So you need your raw aluminum, a blaze powder, and then an iron ingot, and you make 1 aluminum ingot. Secondly, we have steel. It's not one of the ores, but it is an alloy that you can use to craft guns. And finally, we have the titanium ingot. Now, this is the most expensive material we have so far. It uses 2 raw titaniums. You actually get 2 titanium ingots. Once again, if you think this recipe is like a little too challenging to get, then please let me know. And I will change the recipes. Now, before I get into the actual crafting recipes, let me tell you guys how you actually even start crafting. And what you would do is you would make a firearms workbench. And this is the material to make a firearm workbench. You just need any type of wood. It can be stripped or not stripped. And a block of iron and 4 iron ingots. You go to the items tab, and there it is, the firearms workbench. And you make this. Now, some of you guys might try to use this crafting table, and it would give you this error message. Now, the reason why this message shows is because you downloaded the base pack, which is the downloads from MCPE DL or CurseForge. And when you enter into the settings, this is what you would see. It would say, "Thank you for downloading Simple Arsenal base pack." And what you'll realize is if you scroll down, that it says the crafting recipes are disabled, and that you must download the premium pack. Now, if you download this pack from this video's link below, it will automatically give you the premium pack. You don't have to worry about any of this. But if you downloaded this pack from CurseForge or MCPE DL, then what you have to do is you either follow the link in this video's description, or you can go to this website, xlightmc.com, and find any of the Simple Arsenal downloads, and you will automatically get the premium pack instead of the base pack. And once you have the premium pack, it should show you that you have downloaded the premium pack. Just make sure that you have the premium pack and that it says that the crafting recipes are in fact active. Otherwise, you cannot use this crafting table. Okay, so now let's actually get into the crafting. So when you click into a crafting workbench, you have 3 options. You can either craft firearms, magazines, or ammunition. Now, let me just go into firearms real quick. And let's say I wanted to craft the M4A1. So once you get into this page, it will tell you how many of each materials you have. Right now, I currently have 10 of each of them, which is why it shows this. If you have a different number, it will obviously show a different number. And it also tells you how many of each material you need. So for the M4A1, you need 4 plastic sheets and 4 aluminum ingots. And I can just press this button, and there you go. Now I've crafted an M4A1. You see, it took away 4 of my plastic sheets and 4 aluminum ingots. And then if I exit the crafting bench, then as you can see, here it is, the M4A1 right here. Similarly, if I go into any of the other guns, like the P90, it'll tell me how many of these I need. And then let's say I craft the P90, and there you go. But now I'm out of aluminum ingots. And if you try to press it, obviously you cannot craft it. So for each of these magazines, as you can see, you can craft all of them. And what you would need is you would need aluminum ingots, definitely aluminum ingots, and definitely bullets. So you might be wondering, how do I get these bullets or shotgun shells? Well, you can craft those in the ammunitions tab. Now that I've gotten the materials, I can make the bullets. So let's say I wanted to make 32 shotgun shells. There you go, I've made 32. And let's say I wanted to make 64 bullets. I can do the same thing. And there you go, I've crafted 64 bullets. If you go in my inventory right here, I can see my bullets and shotgun shells. And now if I go to the magazines, let's say I wanted to make extra magazines for my M4A1. And let's say I wanted to make 2 of these. And then now I'm out of bullets, so I can't make any more. So now I have my P90, I have my M4A1, and I have 2 rifle magazines along with a few bullets. Crafting is quite simple. All you gotta do is you follow the rules here, and it tells you exactly how many of each material you need, and also how much you have. So now let's talk about the last thing on the agenda, which is loading ammo into your magazines. So yeah, you guys might be wondering, now that we can craft these magazines, how do we actually load ammo into them? So let me just shoot a few bullets away from this one. So here it says it's 23 out of 30. All you do is you hold the magazine, and as long as you have bullets in your inventory, you right click, and then you load ammo into the magazine. Now for the maximum amount that you can load at each time is 5 bullets. Now I have this empty one. I could just hold my right click button, and it will load it very quickly. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Once again, please like and subscribe, or join our Discord server if you have any suggestions, or if you want to, chat with anyone If you have any questions as well, you can definitely join our Discord server, or you could just post a comment in the comment section below. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and see you guys in the next video.